So East Antarctica is now heading towards winter and temperatures starting to plummet. Temperatures will go to minus 80 degrees in places.
But it hasn't been an ordinary start to autumn for East Antarctica.
Extreme. The temperatures have been extreme and unprecedented.
The average maximum temperature at Vostok Station in March is around minus 53 degrees Celsius. But this month the temperature leapt to minus 17.7, 15 degrees higher than the previous monthly record. At the Concordia Research Station, the average maximum temperature in March is minus 48 degrees. This month it reached minus 12.2. At a nearby weather station, the temperature reached 37 degrees above its average maximum.
We've had this incredible heat wave that's gone deep into the continent. So we're talking about 20 degrees or 40 degrees above what their mean temperature should be for this year.
At the French-Italian Concordia station, a temperature change of over 40 degrees, which has never been seen in the record, let alone at this time of year. And also parts of West Antarctica.
Dr. Andrew Klekochuk studies the Antarctic climate to understand how it will influence the future.
This is the temperature anomaly, so it's the temperature minus the normal climate that we'd expect. Basically, a low pressure system has forced its way deep into the Antarctic interior, bringing with it warmer air and also cloud and snowfall.
Temperatures in the interior were still below zero, so not high enough to melt glaciers and the ice cap.
It doesn't have any impacts really on the stability of the East Antarctic ice sheet because it is such a cold place, and it just ended up dumping a lot of snowfall instead.
Rainfall was observed on the coast, and Australia's Casey station reached a new March maximum of 5.6 degrees.
We won't know until we get back next summer, until we see if this event has an impact.
Adelie penguin chicks had already left for sea, so they weren't impacted by the heatwave.
If the extreme event had happened during their breeding season, we might be having a different scenario.
Scientists don't know yet if the heatwave can be directly attributed to climate change, but they say climate change is making polar heatwaves more common and severe.
What we do know is that the baseline is changing. We're putting more energy into the system, so there's more variability in the climate, and with that more variability from more heat in the system, we expect sort of these extreme events.
It kind of fits a pattern of weather events we've seen around the world that just were not thought to be possible until they, happened. For instance, there was the June 2021 heat wave in British Columbia and the Pacific Northwest.
Antarctica experienced another heat wave in 2020. This month's event has made scientists question their understanding of what's possible for the continent, but they say more study is needed on whether such heat waves are going to be a new trend.
And if so, it will have implications, especially if it gets to be more enhanced like this, and whether or not we do have strange things take place in the Antarctic. Like, okay, we're going to start seeing rain on the ice shelves and the ice sheets. Will we start to see some melting events, especially at odd times of the year?
And what if such an event happens over a different part of Antarctica that is more sensitive to the melts, like the Thwaites Glacier area in West Antarctica or the Antarctic Peninsula, where such an event could cause quite significant melting.
While Antarctica was experiencing its heat wave, Arctic temperatures were also surging above normal.
They're coincidences from this at the moment, the way we look at them, but they do match the predictions of more extreme events.
The polar heat waves have come at the same time as another extreme event in the southern hemisphere. These images of the John Brewer Reef off Townsville show normally colourful coral turning a ghostly white.
We're now starting to see temperatures rise in the Great Barrier Reef waters above those that are normally that corals can survive in. So we're starting to see the sort of first starts of a major bleaching event.
Although scientists are still assessing the extent of the damage, they're concerned about the timing of the coral bleaching. This is a La Nina year with cooler, wetter conditions that scientists were hoping would mean a reprieve for much of the reef. But high sea temperatures have kept coral under pressure.
It's really without doubt that this is a direct impact of climate change that's occurring here, and that if we continue into the future at increasing that stress levels, we'll quickly, I think, eliminate corals from our tropical shores.
Dr. Dana Bergstrom has studied ecosystem collapse from the tropics to Antarctica.
It depends again on the time, but extreme events can tip systems into ecosystem collapse.
Whether or not this heatwave can be directly attributed to climate change, scientists are concerned for Antarctica's future.
We know that Antarctica is going to be losing ice mass, and that will have impact for us here and everywhere else in the world.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.